Thank you. Thank you. A lot of people outside can't get in, but we honor those people. Is that correct? Great to be in Wisconsin tonight. No place like being in a Trump rally, do we, right? And no place safer than being at a Trump rally. You probably saw a recent Reuters poll had us tied in Wisconsin, up in others, and we're just in Iowa. We just got the number from Reuters also. We're 10 points up in your neighbor, Iowa. And a new post-debate poll that just came out, the Google poll, has us leading Hillary Clinton by 2 points nationwide. And that's despite the fact that Google's search engine was suppressing the bad news about Hillary Clinton. How about that? How about that? On November 8th, we're going to win this state. We're going to win back the White House. We're going to make America great again, believe me. By the way, great numbers out of Ohio, great numbers out of Florida, great numbers out of everywhere. North Carolina just came in with some great numbers. We're going to have some fun. This is going to be an interesting 40 days. Look at all these people. It's going to be an interesting 40 days. It's going to be a victory for you, the American people. We're going to end the Clinton corruption and restore dignity and honesty to government service. I don't know if you watched today the hearing. It was disgraceful. It was disgraceful. Hillary Clinton is an insider who fights only for her donors and for herself. I'm an outsider, and I'm fighting for you. Believe me, I am fighting for you. One of the first things we're going to do is restore law and order to our country. We have to do it. Our good friend, Sheriff Clark, with us tonight. I want to thank him for being here, and I want to thank our great Mayor of New York, Rudy Giuliani. He did a great job. So loyal. New FBI statistics just released show that homicide rose 15% last year in America's large cities. It's the largest single-year increase in 45 years. More than three, you're right. More than 3,000 people have been shot in Chicago since January. Short period of time. 3,000 people. Homicides are up nearly 50% in Washington, D.C., and more than 60% in Baltimore. Across the entire nation, for cities of all sizes, small and large, the homicide rates rose by more than 10% last year. I assume they'll fact check this, but I got it right out of the books. You know, they even said I was wrong when I said that Hillary Clinton is going to allow 500% more people come in from Syria and other parts than Obama. They said, he's wrong. He's wrong. He lied. He's wrong. It wasn't 500% more. It was 550% more. So anything they can do. Oh, is the media dishonest? How dishonest are these people? Just think, how dishonest. Unbelievable. Not all, but a big, big fat percentage. So we're in a national crisis, yet my opponent, Hillary Clinton, continues to attack the police. First, she calls our supporters, many of them cops, soldiers, firefighters, deplorable and irredeemable. Then, in our debate this week, she accuses the entire country, including all of law enforcement, of implicit bias, essentially suggesting that everyone, including our police, are basically racist and prejudiced. You heard that. And I'm standing there in front of this massive crowd of people. We broke the record, you know that. I'm very honored to have broken the record. And I said to myself, Did she really say that? She said it. It's a bad thing, she said. Maybe Hillary Clinton should confine her comments to herself. After all, she's the one who described young African-American men as super predators, right? Super predators. And they have not been happy about that for a long time. How can Hillary Clinton try to lead this country when she has such a low opinion of its citizens? How can she lead this country when she thinks America is full of racists, deplorables, and irredeemables? You're not irredeemable. You're not irredeemable. You're not deplorable. Boy, look at this crowd, right into every little corner, even up there. Wow, this is something. And you know what? Folks, it's this way all over the country. Look back there. People trying to get it. It's this way all over the country because people are disgusted with our government. They're sick and tired of what's going on. When they see our president authorize $400 million in cash for world terrorists, and then it turns out to be wrong. It wasn't $400 million. It was $1.7 billion in cash. That whole section of the room wouldn't be able to handle it. And then where they're going to deport 800 people. Last week, you saw this. They're going to deport them. I guess they had a reason. They couldn't have been perfect. They're going to deport 800 people. And something went wrong. And instead of deporting them, 800 people became citizens. But that was, did you see that? But that wasn't the bad part. The bad part was that the 800 number was wrong. Now they think it's 1,800, not 800. We are being run by incompetent people. We are being run by people that don't know what they're doing. And in my opinion, Hillary Clinton is the most incompetent of all. So true. By smearing tens of millions of hardworking, decent Americans, she's rendered herself unfit to be president. She is unfit to be president. All you have to do is go back home and watch what happened today when they were talking about the email scandal. And you look at what happened with the FBI testifying, the director, and you look at what happened today with the FBI director testifying, and you'll say, this is not the country that we know and love. What's happening to our country is a shame. Hillary Clinton lacks the character and judgment to hold public office. Bernie Sanders said that. She has bad judgment. She has nothing but hostility in her heart for hardworking Americans of all backgrounds who just want to live in safety, security, and peace. The police officers she attacks are the same people of all colors and nationalities who race into danger every day to save the lives of totally complete strangers, people they've never met before. Those fostering the dangerous anti-police atmosphere in this country share directly in the blame for the violence and chaos that threatens our most vulnerable citizens. My agenda of reducing crime will benefit all Americans, but those who will benefit most are African American and Hispanic American citizens living in high crime communities. And people in Milwaukee, they're going to love Donald Trump. We're going to have safety. We're going to have safety. We're going to have safety. We're going to save thousands of lives. The special interests, the arrogant media, and the political insiders don't want me to talk about the crime that's happening in our country and in our inner cities. They don't want you to know about the hurt and pain that's happening to our fellow citizens. They want me to just go along with the same failed policies that have caused so much needless suffering and so much preventable heartache. Well, I have news for the people trying to silence me and you and everybody else. Not going to happen. We. It's all about we. This is a movement, folks. This is a movement like they've never seen in this country before. This is a movement that they've never seen before. We will never back down from fighting to save American lives. I will never back down from fighting to save America's inner cities. The only people Hillary Clinton ever fights for are the special interests who write checks for her, big, fat, beautiful checks. I don't know if you saw that one report came out that she is going to have commercials, very dishonest commercials. The commercials she's puts on are very, very dishonest. A little bit of them's right, but for the most part. Very, very dishonest. Did you see it? 50-1. 50-1. I mean, even now I turn on the television, I long to see an Ivory Snow commercial. Long. But with her, it's about follow the money. Remember that phrase. Check it out on the internet. Check it out. It's really trending big league. Follow the money. Hillary Clinton has been a disaster for so many communities, but especially for African American communities. I don't think African Americans are going to come out and vote for Clinton. They're too smart, and they know they're being used. They know it. They also know that she'll do nothing for them once the election is over. She never does, and that will never, ever change. Same thing goes for Hispanic voters. They're tired of being used by people like Hillary Clinton that have no intention of doing anything for them once the election is over. 58% of African American youth are not working. There's another shooting in Chicago every 2 hours. Every 2 hours. 45% of African American children under the age of 6 are living in poverty. The inner cities have been left behind. Crime is through the roof. Public education is a total disaster. There are no jobs. It's dangerous to walk down the street with your child. To the African American community, I say, what the hell do you have to lose? I will fix it. Vote for me. I will fix it. I will fight for you harder than anyone has ever fought for you before. Thank you. Thank you. Everything you need to know about Hillary Clinton can be understood with that simple phrase that we just use. Yes, crooked is another one, but I wasn't referring to that. Again, we're saying follow the money. The large corporations who support terrible trade deals, that offshore jobs, they're donating big, big money to Hillary Clinton. Follow the money. The Wall Street investors who have rigged the regulations against the middle class, they're donating to Hillary Clinton. Follow the money. The wealthy donors who want to shut down American energy, they're donating to crooked Hillary Clinton. Follow the money. The special interests who want open borders for cheap labor, and you see what's happening. You see what's happening with real unemployment, not the phony unemployment numbers that you read. Real unemployment. People that can't get jobs and have given up looking for jobs. Follow the money. She and her financial backers will say anything, do anything, lie about anything. By the way, did anybody ever lie so much as she lied about her phony emails? Did anybody? in front of United States Congress, by the way, to keep their grip on power, to keep their control over this country. In her campaign for president, Hillary Clinton has received $100 million in contributions from Wall Street and hedge funds. And folks, I'm spending my money. I'm spending a lot. But we're being helped by the small donors. And yesterday, because of the tremendous success of the debate, we raised almost $18 million, which is a record for our campaign. Amazing. One day, 18 million in one day. $18 million in one day. She received $4.1 million for speaking fees from financial firms, and she doesn't speak well, let's face it. You know, if she came here instead of this massive crowd that's pouring outside and everything, she'd probably have, what, 300 people? Well, she's coming. Isn't she coming tomorrow or the next time? See how many people. See how many people she has. She and Bill received a total of $150 million in speaking fees from special interests since Bill left office. It's all part of the rigged system being run at your expense. The same groups paying Bill and Hillary for their speeches were lobbying the federal government. 22 groups paying Bill Clinton for speeches lobbied the State Department while Hillary Clinton was Secretary of State. And don't forget that Clinton contributors who were appointed to advisory boards by Secretary Clinton or all of the favors and access granted to those who provided funds. She even gave up 20% of America's uranium supply to Russia. To Russia. You know what people do with uranium, don't you? It's called nuclear. 20%. Could have never done it without her. She put the office of Secretary of State up for sale. And if she ever got the chance, she'd put the Oval Office up for sale also. She deleted and bleached, a very expensive process, 33,000 emails after a congressional subpoena was served, not before. She deleted, remember, 33,000 and bleached after it was, they get the subpoena, they say, oh, wow, here's a subpoena. Let's delete all of the emails. If you're being sued by your neighbor and you do that, you know what happens to you, right? Thirteen phones. 13. Does anybody in this room, like over the last number of years, has anybody in this room had 13 phones? Okay. A number of them were hammered to death, right? They were hammered. So let me ask you, has anybody, when you got rid of your phone, hammered it? Raise your hand. One. Oh, there's one guy. What business are you in? What business? I want to get him out of here. I don't want to be near. Her staffers taking the Fifth Amendment, think of this, over and over, and her ringleaders getting immunity deals, okay? 5 people, including the guy that put in the illegal server, right? I want the Fifth Amendment. I want immunity. The reason they get immunity is because they did something wrong. They didn't do anything wrong. They don't think in terms of immunity. 5 people. Folks, I'm telling you, nobody's ever seen anything like this in this country's history. In this country's history, you want America back? I want America back. It's sad. It's sad. Unbelievable. It's unbelievable, but it's sad. Remember this. People's lives have been destroyed, ruined for one little fraction of what she's done. You can look at General Petraeus. You can look at others. Their lives have been destroyed for doing something so much less. 2%, 5%, 10%. And you look at what happened with her, it's a disgrace. Foreign enemies with easy access to hack her server. That's what happened. People had easy access. It was on other people's phones. It was all over the place. Very important information all over. Lies to Congress, under oath, about turning over her work-related emails. The American people have had it with years and decades of Clinton scandals and their total corruption. Their total corruption. This year will be the year the American people say enough is enough. It's going to be November 8th, get out and vote. Hillary Clinton is a vessel for the special interests trying to strip this country of its wealth, its jobs, and its status as a sovereign nation. Does anybody think that our nation is respected like it once was? She's a globalist who has made a career of taking jobs from our country and giving them to other countries. I am not running to be president of the world. I'm running to be president of the United States. From now on, it's going to be America first. These special interests totally control Hillary Clinton. She's their chosen representative. You can disregard everything she says and just remember that phrase, follow the money. She's there for only one reason, to protect her donors and collect money. Look, just take a look. Her career, just look, what's she done for other people? She's failed in so many different things. And the other night at the debate, it hit me more than it's ever hit me. She's saying what she's going to do here. She couldn't make an answer on the police. It was a horrible answer. She didn't want to say law and order. She didn't want to go too far anyway, so she's trying to weave a little pattern. And I said to myself, you know, she's been talking about these things for 30 years. Think of it. 30 years, and nothing gets done. Oh, well, they have a right to do that, don't they? One person, and tomorrow headlines, protester, right? She's failed at everything. She failed in Iraq, in Libya, in Syria, in Iran, in Egypt. She failed on ISIS. In fact, she unleashed ISIS onto the world by leaving a vacuum that should have never been left, along with President Obama that doesn't have a clue. She failed in upstate New York, promising 200,000 jobs, but instead the jobs kept leaving. She never produced the jobs. She ran, I'll never forget it, she ran for the Senate, and she talked about jobs, jobs. The day she got elected, that was the end of jobs. She couldn't have cared less. All she did was name, during her whole term, a post office, a highway, and something else. 3 names. She failed the inner cities. She failed women and children. The only people Hillary Clinton has ever delivered for are her donors. Our campaign is taking on big business, big media, and big donors. We're taking them on for you. That's why I'm into this thing for many millions. Where am I? Over 60 million now. Over 60. Oh, am I going to feel badly if on November 8th? Can you imagine? You know, one of the commentators the other day said, it doesn't matter if Trump wins or loses. It's been one of the most incredible things we've ever seen politically. He said it's a political phenomenon. I said to myself, no, no, no. If we don't win, it will be one of the great wastes of time, energy, and money. Certainly in my life, that I can tell you. Certainly in my life, we have to win. I'm not owned or controlled by anybody. My loyalty is to you and to nobody else. You. Nobody else. I will fight for you. My economic agenda can be summed up in three, to me, very, very beautiful words. Jobs, jobs, jobs. And we're going to bring back our jobs. We will cut your taxes. She's going to raise your taxes. We will reduce substantially regulations which are killing people and killing the farmers and killing the energy companies. And I've seen them, and they are ridiculous, okay? We're going to cut them. She's going to increase them. We are going to negotiate great trade deals. And we're going to do things with NAFTA because NAFTA, signed by her husband, will go down as the single worst trade deal, not in the history of our country, probably in the history of the world. That's how bad it is. We're going to unleash American energy, and we're going to repeal and replace Obamacare, which is a total disaster. We are also going to end Common Core and offer school choice to every disadvantaged child, including every poor Hispanic and African American child in America. We will put every kid on the ladder of American success, a great education and a great job that they love going to early every morning. They're going to love it. There is nothing like a great job. The people getting rich off the rigged system. And remember, I used that a long time. Now it's become commonplace, the word rigged system. I used that when I was winning states and getting less delegates than the people I was beating. But I didn't let it go on for long, did I? We changed our rigged system, and hence here we are. And we are going to make sure that the people throwing all of these hundreds of millions of dollars at Hillary Clinton aren't going to get their way, okay? Our campaign is about breaking up the special interest monopoly in Washington, D.C. We're trying to disrupt the collusion between the wealthy donors, the large corporations, the media executives. We're going to be able to do it. They're all part of the same rigged political establishment. They go to the same restaurants. They attend the same conferences. They have the same friends. Actually, I'm one of them in a few cases. Sorry about that. And they all are in for a big reckoning on November 8th, a big reckoning. Thank you. And thank you, by the way, to Tommy Thompson. Did you see the whole group of people he produced today? He's got so many wonderful people. I won't say establishment types, but they are. And that's okay. But I want to thank Tommy Thompson. You know, I have to tell you this story. I was here 3 months ago. And I was speaking, and I get a call from Tommy. He's a great guy. He really is an amazing guy. A lot of energy. But Tommy was here, and I get a call, Don, could I come over and see you? And I was about 15 points down, right? 15. So he calls me, about 3. And he said, can I see you? He comes in. He goes, Don, I really like you. Get the hell out of here. I said, why? He said, you're not going to win this state. I said, but I think I can. We have unbelievable, no, he said it. He said, but if things change, I'll call you. But I'm telling you, Don, go to Pennsylvania. Go to Ohio. I understand exactly. Go to Florida, where we're leading. Go there. Spend your time. Wisconsin's going to be tough. Go there. But if anything changes, I'll call you, right? So now what happens? Very interesting. He's Great guy. So I get a call about 2 weeks ago. Don, time to come back. 2 points. 2 points. He said, time to come back. He saw 1 at 2, he saw 1 at 3, and I'm back. And we're going to win Wisconsin. We're going to win Wisconsin. But I want to thank him because he's brought so many great people into our whole thing. I mean, it's amazing what's going on. Government, for us, is going to start working again. Fixing things is what I do. Just look at my projects in New York and around the world where I revitalized neighborhoods and really lifted up skylines. And I'm not saying that as a bragging thing. The New York Post did a fantastic article recently. I'm saying it because that's the kind of thinking we need in our country. The world is ripping us off, folks. The world is ripping us off. But that's what I want to do for our country. I want to go into every neighborhood and unlock their potential for all of our people. Not just a group, for all of our people. Together, we can accomplish anything we want, but that means showing up. You got to show up. I don't care if you're so sick, you get out of bed. You just get out of bed. You crawl into the bathroom. You put on that shirt or whatever you're wearing. Get out and vote. Then you can come back to bed and hopefully get better quickly, okay? Early voting is already underway, right? Wisconsin, right? You have to knock on those doors. You have to pick up the phone. You have to get all your friends out. You have to watch what's going on because this is a dirty business. This is a very, very dirty business. You know what I mean? Watch what's going on. You have to campaign on the streets, spread the love. The love that we have in this room, it's going to be spread all over the country. We're going to be united again as a country, all races, rich and less than rich. We're going to be united all over the country. To beat the system, you have to lift up your voice, pound the pavement, and get out the vote. Visit our website if you want. I hate to put that in the speech. It sounds so trivial, but I guess it's true. Visit our website, okay? You know it. You have 6 weeks, right? 6 weeks. Can you believe? June 16th, coming down the escalator with Melania. You never saw so many reporters. You never saw so many cameras. And I sort of took a deep breath. I said, we have to do it. You look at the Iran deal. You look at our military being hurt so badly. It's being depleted. Our jet fighters, they go to graveyards. They go to plane graveyards and museums to get parts because they don't make the parts anymore. They're so old. This is the United States of America. We have to rebuild we don't have a choice. This isn't like, let's think about it. Our military is depleted. Our people are the greatest people on earth. We're going to give them the kind of equipment, not to use, hopefully, that when the enemy looks at us, they're saying, we're not going to mess with them. Okay? We don't want to use it. We don't want to use it. So we have 6 weeks to make every dream you ever dreamed for your country come true. You have one last magnificent chance to deliver justice for every forgotten man and forgotten woman and child in this nation. Don't let it slip away. We have one chance. This is it. We don't have 4 more years. We don't have 4 more years. They'll start appointing justices of the Supreme Court. Remember that. Supreme Court justice. We lost a great one, Judge Scalia. We can't let it slip away. I really mean this, I don't believe we're ever going to have this chance again. I don't believe this is it. And it's tough. It's tough. The odds were really against us. Remember the odds? I started at 1%, I went to 3%, I went to 6%, I went to 20%. Today, somebody put down, very respected, the odds, 54%. And I think they're biased. But I don't say that. I always like to say 40%. I don't want to talk about it. Assume it's 40, okay? We don't have to brag about odds. Let's assume it's 40, okay? Let's go out and win, because the only thing that matters is to win. Stand up and be heard for your family, for your city, for your country. The arrogance of Washington, D.C. will soon come face to face with the righteous verdict of the American voter. On November 8th, we're going to show the whole world that America is back, bigger and better and stronger than ever, ever, ever before, right? Here are just some of the things that will happen starting in January of 2017. I'm going to lower your taxes massively. Hillary Clinton is going to raise your taxes, and she says it. We're going to eliminate all of the unnecessary regulations. Some we need for the environment, we need for safety, but there's so much. It's become a big business. Hillary Clinton wants to add more and more regulation. We're going to repeal and replace Obamacare. We're going to unleash American energy. We're going to end illegal immigration. We're going to build the wall, and Mexico is going to pay for the wall 100%. And we're going to have great relations with Mexico. We don't have them right now. And they're ripping us off. I mean, their leaders are much smarter than ours, to put it nicely. Look, we have massive trade deficits with Mexico. They're making a fortune. I'm not even talking about on the border what's happening there. We have massive trade deficits. They will pay for the wall 100%. It's a one-way street. You saw Ford Motor Company? They're going to make all of their small cars. You know what that means? All of their small cars are going to be made in Mexico. You look at all of the companies, Carrier Air Conditioning. I mean, as you're standing here, they're negotiating deals to take companies out of our country and move them to Mexico. A friend of mine builds plants. He's one of the biggest in the world. And he tells me how well he's doing in Mexico. He's building some of the greatest plants anywhere in the world in Mexico. What about the United States? Well, not so much. Not going to happen that way. We're going to reverse it. And we're going to have a great relationship with Mexico. And the Mexican people are amazing. I have so many friends. The Mexican people are amazing people. But what's happening is their leadership and what they've been doing to us for so many years. It's incredible that we can allow people to get away. We're not going to have a country. Our manufacturing is cut. You go up to New England. You go to New York State, where Hillary Clinton failed so badly. You go to places here. You go to Pennsylvania. You go to Ohio. You go to Florida. Take a look at what's going on. We're going to also keep radical Islamic terrorists out of our country. We're going to save the Second Amendment. We're going to support the men and women of law enforcement. As I said, we're going to appoint great justices to the United States Supreme Court who will uphold and defend the Constitution of the United States. We will rebuild our roads, our bridges, our tunnels, our highways, our airports, our schools, our hospitals. We're going to rebuild our infrastructure. American cars will travel the roads, American planes will soar the skies, and American ships will patrol the seas. American steel will send skyscrapers into the clouds. American hands will build this nation. American energy, harvested from American sources, will power our nation again. American workers will be hired to do the job. We will put new American steel into the spine of our country. I will fight every day for neglected parts of this nation, and I will fight to bring us all together, unify as Americans. Imagine what our country could accomplish if we started working together as one people under one God saluting one American flag. It's time to break with the bitter failures of the past, and we have had tremendous failures. We don't win anymore. When was the last time you saw our country win? Look at the ship we had with the people from Iran in their little dinghies circling, taunting. Or they grab our 10 sailors because they're a little bit in their waters. Or they fly near our planes. They're taunting us. They become emboldened because they don't respect us and they don't respect our leader. We're going to enhance and we're going to really make our country, and I mean that, and I said it before and I'll say it always, because I've gotten to know the people of our great nation. We have the greatest people. We're going to make our nation better than ever before. We're going to have an inclusive and prosperous American future. Everybody, inclusive, everybody is going to partake. Once more, we will have a government of, by, and for the people. We will make America wealthy again. We will make America strong again. We will make America safe again. And we will make America great again. God bless you, everybody. God bless you. Thank you very much. Thank you.